Hi, welcome to PrimeTime Pickleball. My name is Jordan Briones, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you a great singles strategy tip that can really help you in your return game when playing singles in pickleball. But before that, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and also hit that bell icon so that you can be notified each time we release a new video. Without any further ado, let's jump right in. All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about the return from the even side of the court. Okay, so this is specifically talking about when you are on the right side of the court and your opponent is serving to you and you're returning from that right side. Now, just like doubles, we know that the return is super important to get deep and with pace if you can. Especially in singles though, it's even more important, I think, because you have the whole court available to you and you really want to make your opponent move. So it's really crucial that you can get the return as deep as you can so that it forces your opponent to hit further away from the net. All right, so in this video, like I said, I'm talking about returning from the right side of the court. And just to start off, I want you to know that when I'm on this side, 90% or higher of the time will return down the line, and especially when I'm playing a right-handed player. And I'm going to explain to you why I do that right now. All right, so there's three main things that happen when you return down the line when you're on the even side playing a right-handed player. And the first thing that it does is it forces your opponent to move. Okay, since they are serving from the even side on the other side of the court, if I return down the line, they're going to really have to move for that ball to hit that ball, especially if I get it really close to the sideline and I hit a good, deep, nice return down the line. Okay, if I were to return it towards the middle or cross court to their forehand, they're not going to have to move as much. So one important reason why I return down the line is to get them to move, and now they're going to either have to hit the ball on the move, or they're going to hustle. They're going to have to hustle, and they're going to have to work really hard to hit that ball that I return down the line. They're going to have to work really hard if they want to hit it stationary without moving. All right, so now the second reason that I love this down the line return when I'm returning on the even side is that it really forces your opponent to pick one of two options, and both options are really not the best. Okay, so the very first option, it makes them hit that third shot that they're going to hit after I return down the line. It's going to make them hit that shot with their weaker shot. Okay, most players, probably 95% or more, their stronger shot is going to be on their forehand side. Now, if I return down the line as they are serving from the even side on the other side, they're going to most likely have to play their weaker shot. And this is a win for me. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the shot that they are weaker on, and they're not going to they're most likely not going to be able to hurt me as much as if I were to give them a forehand shot. All right, so they could either pick between that, and the second thing that the second option that they have is to run all the way around their backhand to hit a forehand. Now, this is possible and a lot of players do this, but what that's going to do is that is going to force them to really hustle out. They have to now get around the ball. They have to get around it all the way so that they can play their forehand shot. But now what this does is that it really opens up the court for me as I hit my fourth shot. So they serve, I return down the line, and if they're going to run all the way, run around their backhand, and I'm closing, putting pressure at the net, it's going to open a lot of opportunities, and it's going to open the court for me as they run around that ball. Okay, so those are the two options they have to pick from, whether it is hitting it on from their weaker side, or they're going to have to really hustle out and run around their backhand. All right, so now let's jump into the third reason why I love this down the line return when I'm on the even side in singles pickleball. And besides putting that pressure on them, like I said in the previous in the previous second reason why, they have to either take that shot as a weaker shot on their backhand side, or they're going to have to run around it. So they're going to have to make that decision whether they're going to run around it or take it with their weaker shot. But the third reason why is that now I have the surprise forehand return, cross-court forehand return. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, probably 90% or higher, when I'm on this side, on the even side, I usually return down the line to their backhand because of all these reasons. But now that I kind of have it in their mind that I'm most likely going to go there, after their serve on the even side, they're going to try to hustle and get over to that left side of the court. Now, with this kind of thinking, and I know that, me doing that the whole game, I will once and again, you know, maybe one every 6, one every 7, one every 8, depending on how successful my down the line returns are. Now I can hit a strong forehand cross court return, which is going to be on their stronger side. But remember, since I've made it a habit of returning down the line, they're probably going to expect it down the line almost every time. So now this opens a surprise cross-court return, and a lot of the times they're not going to be ready for it, and they hit a really weak reply on their third shot, even if I go to their stronger side, because they're not expecting it. So this is a surprise return to the opposite end, which they are thinking that it's going to go on the other side. Okay, so this opens a great opportunity for that cross-court return that I hit really deep and try to catch them off guard. All right, so I hope you like this single strategy tip for today. Remember, this is not what I do all the time on every single return on the even side, but it's something to think about, and it really will help you in your return singles game. All right, so if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and comment below if you have any questions, and we'll try our best to answer every single question. But just thank you for joining us in this video, and we'll see you in the next one.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.
Thanks so much for watching. For more free video lessons, please visit PrimetimePickleball.com. But before you head on over there, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, for PrimeTime Pickleball shirts like this and other great apparel, please visit PTPgear.com.